I don't do girl things, I don't do mom things, I don't do wife things. I've just always needed to be just a little bit different. Because I've never been a person to like normal things or be happy with regular, boring lifestyle, you know? Not that everybody's lifestyle is boring, but I've just never done the usual things that, you know, just having a regular job, having a regular weekend, and just watching TV every night and things like that. I'm addicted to adrenaline. I must be an adrenaline junkie. My name's Corry Weller. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm a professional off-road racer. I do desert racing and short course racing. So desert racing is a bit more scenic. A desert race takes several days. People are more apart from each other. It's more like a 2 or 3 day process. Short course racing is a form of off-road racing. Rather than being in the desert, those races take place in a closed course, about a mile track, with grandstands so that fans can watch the whole race happen. It's got a lot of jumps, a lot of turns, a lot of whoops. It's actually very difficult. It's a brutal sport. You can't be afraid to wreck or to be very aggressive while racing or have contact with other drivers. The difficulty comes in knowing how to drive in the dirt and knowing how to drive when you don't have a lot of traction. It's difficult in the amount of work that you put into it. It's difficult a lot of times in just the driving, the general driving, and having that skill that you need to have to be up front and be in the top of the class. Each track has its own personality and its own challenges, so it can be rough, a lot of abuse in your body, and if you have good suspension, it can still be brutal to go through with a lot of bouncing that happens. Desert racing has its challenges. It's fun, you have to react really quick. So when you're going 80 miles an hour, your reaction time has to be so fast to avoid something that pops up right in front of you.
Wow, that was fun. Whew. So the suspension felt great. It was a great test day. I didn't lose any tires. Everything felt perfect, so I think we're just gonna head back to the shop and check everything over.
I was so giddy over the fact that I'd found such a cool thing to do, but I loved it so much that I couldn't imagine not doing it. So I guess that all comes naturally, you know, if you push yourself and you just keep going and you get better at it. And eventually I saw that you could be successful and you could actually have a career doing the kind of racing that we were doing, and then that's what I wanted to do. Then I knew I wanted to do that. My dad loved cars. His hobby was auto mechanics on the weekends. I grew up in the garage with my dad helping him. I was very mechanically inclined in high school and college. I took all the auto mechanics classes. Before I went professional with off-roading, I worked at auto dealerships. I was their factory warranty administrator, so I dealt with the technicians. I did learn how to maintain my own quad as well.
So right now we're at our shop, and this is where we work on all of our customer vehicles as well as do our own race prep.
After my divorce at 29, I discovered racing. I did that pretty much on my own. I thought it would be fun. So I went and bought a quad, and I found out that you can race quads on a motocross track, just like the bikes, and that's how the whole racing thing began, on a quad, racing motocross, just like that. I like doing CrossFit. It keeps me strong for racing. It keeps me strong in case I do wreck. Kind of holds everything together. If you have really strong muscles holding your bones together, that's good when you go tumbling down the track. I think if your physical body is in really good shape, then your mental state is also as sharp and accurate and quick as it needs to be to make those decisions, instant decisions that you have to make on the racetrack. So it's just all around, it's great for, you know, me physically, and it's great for me mentally, and it's great as a racer as well. I raced guys in Arizona mostly because there weren't any girls in my class and there weren't any girls' classes. So it's always just me and the guys, and I love it. You know, it's where I'm comfortable, and I really enjoy racing against them, and it keeps me sharp and fast and aggressive. Yeah, I'm extremely competitive, and I didn't realize how much probably until I started racing. And now everything is a competition. Part of working out is eating really clean. So we tend to eat a lot of chicken, a lot of steak, a lot of meat and proteins. So that is one thing I can do. I'll be grilling tonight. I'm not like a typical mom or wife. You know, I don't really cook. I can grill, but I don't really cook, and I'm terrible at cleaning the house. And I love my kids, adore them, and I'm definitely a disciplinarian, but I'm just not a stereotypical stay-at-home, even work a regular day type of mom. You know, we don't have a lot of nights where we're all together. They're teenagers and they have their lives, and we're always busy and we outdo stuff, or we have races or events. So when we can get everybody together and actually have a night where we can all hang out and talk and catch up a little bit, it's important that we make time for those nights, and we do that. Probably not as often as we should, but it's definitely something that I think we all look forward to. It's a way to regroup and just catch up on each other's lives and see what's going on. So the plan today is I'm heading out to the track. I'm going to meet my husband and my daughter out there. We're going to have our last round of the Arizona Championship Series for this year. And, you know, hopefully we go out and we win qualifying, we win the race, and we win the championship, and we don't wreck the car. So Jason usually takes the trailer out a little early. All of the other SR1 racers set up. And then I'm a girl, so I usually take longer to get ready. Even if it's race day, I like to at least look nice. So he doesn't like to wait for me, so he's like, I'll just meet you out there. The SR1 class, we are powered by Yamaha R1 street bike motors. So it is a street bike motor, it's a transplant, it's a 1000cc inline 4 cylinder, revs out to about 14,000 RPM. All the SR1s have custom chassis. It's not something that you can just go and buy off of a dealer floor. You know, they don't come from the factory that way. So it's a screamer. It's got a ton of power, not a ton of torque, but a lot of power. So it's like a little bitty F1 car.
I've been doing it long enough to where it's so much fun that I don't really get nerves anymore. Not for qualifying anyway. For the race, I get nervous. You always get like your adrenaline, and I have to calm myself down in staging, think peaceful thoughts.
You want to build a cage that can handle being, you know, flipped a bunch of times down a racetrack. So triangulation is key, gussets are key, and you just want to have a very strong, well-built cage because it needs to protect the driver. With the series that we race in, and really with any good racing organization, you know, safety is very important. I try to just relax. I like to think about how I want the race to go. I like to imagine me out front and what my spotter's telling me, and then I like to imagine that I'm on the podium and I won and everybody's happy. And that keeps me busy until we have to go out on the track. And then we do one parade lap, and that keeps me busy because I'm looking at the track. So for the one very slow lap that we do behind the pace truck, I'm checking every corner. I'm looking for ruts. I'm looking for traction. Where is it dry? Where is it wet? So that I know exactly where I want to hit that corner when the race starts. As soon as the flag drops, you don't think of anything else but what you're doing. If you make even the tiniest mistake, you go back 2 cars and it takes like 3 laps to get back up to the front. So the start of the race is really important. If you have too much adrenaline, you can do stupid things.
Oh, she's over!
As soon as the flag goes, you don't have any time for anything. You don't have time to think, feel. You're just, everything you do is just pure reaction to what's going on right at that minute, right next to you, right in front of you, on the track. It's usually either you're really fast and you make mistakes, or maybe you don't make mistakes, but you're not that fast. It's very hard to do both. And when you can put that all together, that's when you win races. And it's very comforting to know that there's nothing else out there that I would rather be doing. I'm living it every day, and I'm incredibly blessed to be able to do that. I can't imagine stopping racing. I've had a few people ask me, like, well, when are you gonna quit racing, Corry? What are you thinking? Like, you got an age or anything? And I'm like, no, never. If I can get my old self into a race seat, I'm gonna be racing. But I would imagine that there's going to be a time where that's just not going to be possible, but I want to be involved in the racing industry. So if I can't actually be in the seat, actually racing myself, then I want to be doing something that is as close to that as possible. I can't imagine ever being out of the racing industry. In some capacity, I've got to be involved in racing somehow.